Ads? That's an ad. That's an ad. Yep, all ads.
Where's the skip button?
That's why Pi will transform the way you scroll.
Screw you, YouTube!
Number 15.
Number 15. Number 15? Can I get the number 15?
Number 15. A YouTuber in Thailand named Hassan Natapong is exploring a ghost town full of abandoned buildings to investigate. There are far too many abandoned places to go exploring on foot, so after a while he uses a drone with a high-resolution camera to take a closer look and see what mysterious sights he can capture on video. Hassan is just a normal YouTuber and not a ghost hunter by any means, so you can imagine his surprise when he finds a mysterious figure in all white wandering down the road like a zombie or something.
ไม่มีอะไรเฮ้ยไทยฮะอะไรวะเนี่ยเฮ้ยเฮ้ยสั่นเดี๋ยวเอาโดนแก่เหรอ
We'll get closer.
He tracks the strange figure with his drone and watches as it does a bizarre walk, arms outstretched, up an unkept yard and into an abandoned house, seemingly at random. The way the figure shambles from left to right does not look like a ghost sighting, but it could be someone who is about to drop from exhaustion and needs help. So Hassan knows he needs to find this person fast before it's too late. He can see his drone flying overhead, and so he follows it to the abandoned house where he saw the mysterious figure go into. The inside is trashed and large sections of wall are completely gone. It doesn't look safe for anyone to live in here, and I wonder if this is where someone would crawl to live out their last moments in relative peace. He looks everywhere, even on the second floor, and finds no evidence that anyone is here. As he goes back down the missing staircase, you can see nobody is there. But when he gets to the bottom of the steps, he sees a little ghost girl kneeling under the stairs with long black hair over her eyes.
กลับกันดีกว่าครับไอ้ไก่เนี่ยมึงไม่สบายกับเพื่อนเลยครับผู้ชม
I say this could be a ghost sighting because there's no way to have missed her going up these steps. I'm guessing that he must have not noticed her presence until he was editing the video much later. Then again, considering this looks like a very generic representation of a ghost, kind of like the movie The Ring. It's also a pretty big coincidence that he just so happens to be filming over his shoulder when she appears, so I think it could be fake after all.
Yeah.
Number.
Like, it just, I don't know. I like, that's like, especially since it sounds like we don't even have the footage of him going up the stairs to begin with, it feels like it's very staged.
14. Jonathan FOD and his friends go exploring an abandoned meat processing facility building that everyone in town says is haunted, but the air quotes around ghost seems to mean he doesn't quite believe it.
So supposedly, there's a ghost that roams around here.
Soon he will.
Oh shit. That.
Oh no!
Hey.
A large abandoned metal workshop freaking place. There's random noises happening? What? That never happens!
As Jonathan
Never.
FOD and his two friends are ghost
like
hunting in
animals are
some kind of
constantly
tool
bumping into
shed,
crud
they get what
left
they
and
think
right.
could be some paranormal evidence caught on tape.
What the? Bro, what the fuck is that? Is anybody there?
Oh.
All three of them are on camera when these noises happen. You can see they are just standing there with their hands down, so it can't be them. Maybe Jonathan had a.
They sent their freaking friend ahead of time or something to go do those noises. Their reactions are so disingenuous. They can't even act like they're scared or surprised.
Fourth person making all of that.
Because if they act scared, they look like a bunch of little wussies. You feel me? And if they do that, then all of a sudden they're gonna look stupid on the YouTube. So they can't actually get scared. You get me? They have to act like whoa, because they're brave. You feel me?
That noise, but I don't see how they could have faked that ghost EVP at 8 minutes and 50 seconds. It really does sound like the muffled voice of a small child.
What is that? Bro, that.
Yeah, no, that's not how human beings react.
Number
to that.
13.
That
A
is
man
so
is
fake.
riding down a poorly lit Indian highway when they barely avoid a pedestrian who is staggering in the middle of the road. Yet when he turns around seconds later, the man is nowhere to be found. Now he is determined to find the man again. He turns back around and retraces his steps for almost a full minute. Then he realizes he's all gone, grows extremely uncomfortable, and speeds away. The only non-paranormal explanation I have is that maybe the pedestrian got scared and hid when he saw the motorcycle turn back around.
That
Let me know
makes
if
a lot
you
of
think
sense.
that's what happened, or if this was a genuine highway ghost encounter.
No, I think he almost hit a dude. And
Number
if you're a
12.
smart person, like if you're street smart, you know one thing, and that if somebody's on a motorcycle, especially with a helmet on, they're in like the prime position to mug you. Like that literally, like if you go to France or Italy, that's one of the biggest freaking things right now is like motorcycle crimes. Even in India, like is hella motorcycle crimes where they just literally just pull up, take out the freaking strap, wave it around, tell you to give you all your stuff, and then bam, on the motorcycle and out before the cops even get a chance to show up. So he probably got
A
intimidated.
Facebook
and
user
hid,
named
and
Andrea
honestly, he's smart
Collins
for it.
believes one of her security cameras caught a ghost late in the afternoon on March 22nd of this year. And after taking a look at the evidence for myself, I think she's right. Ordinarily, I would say that this is a bug crawling across the camera, except in this case, it looks like a little ghost girl with a white dress and long black hair. It's also positioned perfectly in the middle of the screen, exactly where a human would stand. So my bet is that this is an apparition seeking help, or at least some attention. And if this is what Andrea sees in her yard, then chances are her house is haunted too. Number 11.
I don't know about that one. That was pretty interesting.
Most people have
Could also
home
just be some smoke
surveillance
or something
cameras
coming out.
installed for a security measure, just in
The
case
hell?
somebody attempts to break into their house late at night
Oh, at
or
a
an
graveyard?
unwanted
That's very
visitor
creepy,
shows
actually.
up. But Helen Brookshaw's home surveillance camera captured something much more terrifying than a burglar. It captured an unwanted visitor, but not the kind you'd think or hope for. Focus your attention on the upper left side here. So let's count. 1, 2, 3 ghostly figures here. Not just one, not just two, but 3 in total. And they just seem to be moving in unison, sort of just back and forth in this circle here. And to add to this, it also looks like this happens at a graveyard because these appear to be tombstones. The people who own this surveillance system must live beside a graveyard. And that makes sense because the title of this video is Ghost on My CCTV in Graveyard Next Door. So the fact that not only did they
Makes
capture
sense.
3 paranormal
Using my powers
presences
of
on
deduction, I
camera,
figured out
but the
that
fact that this also happens
across
at a
the road.
graveyard, I think just adds to how bizarre and creepy of a situation this is. I can't even begin to imagine how creepy it would be to have your home so close to a nearby cemetery or graveyard, but that seems to be the case for Helen. What gives this video even more credibility is exactly that. The footage is filmed in a graveyard, which is obviously going to be populated with ghosts and paranormal entities. And in this particular
Obviously, they're all over
video,
the place
it
there.
seems like there are at least 3 or maybe 4 of them moving around in a strange, almost glitchy manner. Who knows? Maybe these are the spirits of passed away people going to pay their other family members a visit. Number 10. Night has fallen and Franco TV is re-exploring this potentially haunted cemetery in Florida for signs of the paranormal. He doesn't even get through the front door before his flashlight mysteriously stops working, which is
Should change
exactly
the
what
batteries.
happened when he's come here before, so I think it's probably real.
My mag
Maybe he
light
has
is
a
not
bad
working.
habit of not switching the batteries out on his freaking
It
flashlight.
isn't long before he's hearing scary noises and seeing strange shadows that do not belong to him. Eventually, he adds a second night vision camera that he hopes to catch a ghost with. After hearing more creepy noises coming from all over, he focuses across the cemetery and finally captures something weird on camera.
I literally just heard a noise down here. What the Holy.
In a dark room appears to be a ghostly figure, a woman in a chair with her back turned. The possible apparition does not say anything or react to the light being shined directly on her, which is beyond creepy. By the time he reaches the dark room, it's empty once again. No objects have been moved and the chair is still facing the same direction, like no one was ever there to begin with. Yet Franco is not convinced that he is alone, and rightfully so.
I keep freaking hearing stuff out here.
Okay, I mean, I want to see the full footage,
The ghost and the ghost hunter continue to play a game of haunted hide and seek until Franco has one last ghost sighting while walking around the perimeter of the cemetery.
Hello? Ma'am. Do you need help? Oh. Do you need help?
She doesn't say a word at him, but this time she does look over twice and then back at a marker, possibly her own. When she turns to him, you can just barely see the outline of a scary face. It almost looks like she has empty hollow sockets for eyes.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Not doing that.
Yes, do that. What
Now
do you
here's
mean?
what I don't understand.
What do you mean? How can you freaking that? You just freaking got it. Is that not what you were after the whole time? Is that not what you were after the whole time? You wanted a ghost, you finally got a freaking ghost. And what, now that you got the ghost, you're gonna run away like a coward? Why did you come here? Why did you come to this graveyard? I thought you were here to hunt a ghost. You got what you wanted. Why are you running away? Interview it. This is the most. If this is an actual ghost, this is the most. Operated ghost in the history of history. Go over there.
And Franco
No.
finally gets what could be a real ghost sighting on camera.
No, not at all. If this right here is gonna be used as evidence, I'm not gonna believe it because you ran away. I genuinely believe it's a real person you hired to put on there now. Otherwise, why the hell would you run away? It's a freaking ghost. This is what you're after.
And all he has to do is walk a few meters to get one of the clearest videos of a ghost up close.
Walk
He could
up
finally
to it
be the
and try
ghost
to
hunter
touch
who
it. If
proves
it
once and
freaking
for all that
disappears
paranormal
out
spirits
of
are
thin air,
real. And
right
yet
in
he just
front of
walks
you.
away in the
That is all
opposite
the evidence we need.
direction. I guess he must
You
have been
had
really
the
creeped out to turn
potentially
down this
greatest
once in a
opportunity.
lifetime opportunity to prove that ghost sightings are real.
Which is
Or
why I
maybe
believe
this
it's
was
fake.
somebody pretending to be a ghost.
No,
Tell me
yeah,
which one
maybe.
you think it was.
I'd rather believe that one first than
Number
than it being
9.
an actual ghost because they ran away.
Delphi's paranormal channel is all about summoning spirits with Ouija boards and other scary stuff, so it should come as no surprise when her house becomes haunted. She wakes up to a wall of home security system alerts, 2 of which occurred right before 3 a.m. Somebody's been trying the back door. The house feels spooky at this hour, so she decides to make a video about it.
Can you stand behind me? What's that black thing?
I don't
She
see
turns
anything.
around only to find it still there.
I don't want to agitate it, but it's like it's trying to show itself when I get mad.
A shadow figure in the corner, or so she thinks. I must be losing my mind because I can see it too. Doubting its existence only makes the ghost more upset as she's about to find out.
Maybe it wasn't the ghost. Maybe somebody tried to break in. Maybe somebody ran out of supply. Duh. That. What the?
What?
She runs into a well-lit room but can't resist one last look. Someone tell me what is sitting on the couch when she goes out to calm down her dog.
What are you looking at?
This might be a full-blown shadow figure apparition, head and all.
Maybe, I mean, that
Number
was interesting,
8.
but meh, it just looks like shadows.
A YouTuber in India named Fayaz, the Mizhan, travels to the Kalapali cemetery at midnight, where a humanoid shadow figure is said to haunt anyone foolish enough to come near. This is the exact moment he accidentally caught a ghost on camera, as his viewers would later point out to him.
Also, he didn't even realize it in the moment.
Something hangs back to watch him under the street lamps. Something strange. You can just barely see the shadow moving away if you watch down by its legs. Considering the infamous haunted graveyard is directly beside him, I think it stands to reason that this shadow is paranormal. Number 7. The Basset Arms Pub in Barrytown, Wales is another famously haunted watering hole in the UK. All sorts of strange sightings occur here on the regular, but this one is probably the most convincing.
Look at that's getting more prominent.
It almost looks as though an apparition is literally leaning out of the wall and reaching forward. Tell me if you can see its head, shoulders, and arms when I pause the video at the 7-second mark. Then again, I guess this alleged ghost could have been nothing more than a spider web dangling in front of the camera. I wish they would have gone to the camera and checked for any webs or long strings of dust nearby to confirm this possibility. It's the only alternative explanation I have to the paranormal. Unfortunately, we will never know for sure. Number 6. This ghost sighting in Saudi Arabia has people praying for his safety in the comments while alone in his room. A YouTuber named Ramadella Rosa captures a ghost in the reflection of a picture on the wall. If you look closely, you'll see it appears to be wearing a hood, and the lower jaw is moving like it has something to say. Ghost or not, there's definitely some kind of bizarre movement going on here. I don't think it's anything he's doing because he's sitting on the floor and the angles don't match up. So with that in mind, what is it? Number 5.
You lost me on that one.
There's something over here. Moving around.
This was the moment
It's
when
a
a
demon.
YouTuber named Mixed Breed Entertainment gasped in surprise. And turned around because he thinks that he felt the presence of a ghost so near. That's not enough evidence to
look
prove
at
this
that.
basement
I
is
didn't even think it spotted
haunted.
the first
But
time.
what happens next certainly is.
I'll try something real quick. Is there anyone here? What the?
The stuffed
That's a
animal
yes.
falls over when a ghost is asked to move an object.
Did the teddy bear just move? What the is that?
Then a ghost orb is caught on camera seemingly coming out of the toy itself.
It just got really. What the?
Okay, so the toy
Alright.
could fall and a particle of dust could fly over it, I suppose.
What the
When
frick
the
was
same
that?
thing happens a second time, coincidences
knocked
go out
over
the
to the side.
window.
That's freaking
Paranormal
dope.
is what I think this is.
Can you move it again?
Swap.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? Now that's a reaction to a ghost.
Sure enough, there's another orb when this happens.
Not like those dudes who were like, whoa.
Number
that's
4.
great. Whoa, could that happen? Whoa.
This one's pretty
Nah, son, this
straightforward.
dude's like,
a ghost
okay,
is
I'm out, done.
poltergeisting this kitchen chair in YouTuber. Eclectic Nonsense's home, and there's no denying it.
What is this noise?
The chair is being driven at the
did I just hear in
cameraman,
my
and he
ear right
can't
now?
seem to get away from it, but that's where the clip cuts out.
Freaking doing scat? What is this?
Did the ghost officially drive the human out? If so, I'm impressed by his persistence. Number 3. Diane thinks she has caught a ghost on video crossing her living room around 3 a.m. The ghost is a woman with long hair whose back is turned. For months, Diane has been feeling something paranormal in her house.
I'd be
And if
concerned
you
too
look
if there's a
closely,
freaking
you'll
random
see her
lady in my
cat
house.
Noah wake
if
up
she's
and look
what
to
if
where
she's
the
living in the
ghost of a
attic?
weird woman just walked by. There are no other paranormal videos on Diane's channel at all. The rest is 3 years of content about a niche hobby that has nothing to do with the spirit world, which makes me think it could be a real paranormal incident. With that said, I found another video that shows she roughly has the same hair length as the woman who says she was a ghost, so I'm on the fence with this one.
I mean, that was,
Number
I mean,
2.
that could go either or, honestly.
What hides in the shadows can oftentimes be shadows
way not definite.
themselves. Posted
As far
to
as,
the
like,
Chills
evidence goes.
Narrator subreddit by Mega White. The Redditor explains that she and her husband were away from home over a weekend and set up the motion detector Alfred camera app in their room for surveillance.
Alfred
When they
camera?
returned
What?
from their trip, they were met with this unusual and terrifying video. The clip shows a fuzzy bedroom backdropped by a doorway with either a light on beyond or a natural source of light casting inside the other room. That light shifts as something is apparently moving enough to set off the motion sensor. In fact, that something appears to pass right across the doorway, blocking out the light beyond for a moment. You can make out a distinct figure. It's more like a shadow or a vague or even invisible figure that still somehow manages to distort the light. There is definite movement, but from what, we can't know for sure. Redditor JJ740 asks if there was an intrusion, to which Meg answers that all the doors and windows were locked and nothing was missing. She also notes that strange things have been occurring in this house for a matter of months. Like what? Meg explains we can always see a shadow walking out of the office through the wall into my closet, and I always thought I was
Why?
seeing
From the
things
office to
until
the
we caught
closet?
this
What a
on
weird combo.
camera. She also says in another comment that
This
her
ghost is
kids
a real
have heard
perv, isn't
people
he?
talking, and her 2-year-old has even started laughing at something in empty rooms of the home. A Redditor writes, that's actually genuinely creepy. Of course, as with every potentially paranormal clip, you have your insect theories, but most agree that the clip looks legit and not edited or faked. What do you think? Are you freaked out? I certainly am. What is going on here? Surely this can't be a normal occurrence. This has to be paranormal. What's interesting about
yeah.
this image is the scary figure it showcases.
The eyeball.
What we're seeing here
The
is
eyeball looks
nothing
Photoshopped.
short of terrifying. This image is currently trending in the Hindi-speaking YouTube community. I came across it on a popular
It looks
YouTube
Photoshopped.
channel that creates content in this language, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a great example of how unique elements of horror can be found all around the world, each with its own twist. So, what do you think it is? And more importantly, do you think it's real or just a clever effect? Let me know down in the comments.
I mean, it
I've got
really
a challenge
looks
for
not real,
you.
honestly.
Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and
It
hit
feels like it's
subscribe
Photoshop.
in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. This ghost thinks he's at a dance
go.
club when he's actually in the psych ward. Posted to the r/ghosts subreddit. OK Adhesiveness 6788 explains that she works in a psychiatric hospital and she's pretty sure
Come
this
on,
is a
ghost, drop it
ghost.
like it's
The
hot.
security footage from room 10 shows a couple hazy figures. It's not clear if they're connected to one another. They move around a bit chaotically but seem to be in step. It almost looks like a full human figure dancing with bits and pieces of its body erased. Many in the comments think the mysterious figure is a cobweb. Others think it's a bug. Some think it looks like a ghost dancing to Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Stop.
Less skeptical commenters ask the
Alrighty.
Redditor if they've experienced anything else paranormal there. The Redditor answers in the comments, yesterday a light and faucet was turning on and off. Today a nurse had her chair pulled back. I've heard stories of charts flying and growling noises. So while this clip on its own might not convince some skeptics, combined with the other paranormal happenings experienced at the hospital, I'd be more inclined to believe it's haunted too.
Freaking A, dude. Freaking phenomenal video. Loved it. Had some great ones, dude. I mean, of course there were some in there that I'm like, nah, but he always has some good ones. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!